What's up, YouTube? This is Jimmy Romeo here, my very first YouTube video upload. First off, I'd like to say that I've been a viewer on YouTube for about a year now. I really enjoy watching old school WWF, WWE DVD reviews. Some of my favorites out there are Sean Blackford, Stevie Breach, Trademark 629. There's many, many more, but all of these guys have inspired me to put up a review of my own and see how well I can do. This probably isn't going to be very good considering it's my first one, but I'm going to give it my best shot. And what I'm going to start with today is the Royal Rumble 2000, and my goal is to review each and every pay-per-view from the year 2000. Great year in WWF in my mind. I really enjoyed it. I grew up in this time, so I'm going to have a lot of fun going back and rewatching these things and giving my perspective a little bit on them. So without further ado, let's get right into this thing. Like I mentioned, it's going to be the Royal Rumble from 2000. This took place in Madison Square Garden. Anytime WWF showed up in Madison Square Garden, I feel like the event did well. It came through. The crowd in this event was no different. They were loud from the very beginning. This event started with Kurt Angle, who at the time was running his open challenge to any superstar in the back to come face him in the ring. At the time, Angle was undefeated, had never lost. Now, much of the crowd was aware of who the mystery opponent was going to be. Ended up being Tazz, making his WWF debut. This was somewhat of a squash match. It wasn't very long. A few suplexes. Not bad. I mean, I wish it was longer, but for the 4 or 5 minutes that it went, I enjoyed it. I'll give it 2.25 stars. Not bad. Good opener. Got the crowd excited. They were really pumped to see Taz, seeing as it's his hometown in New York. So, anyhow, the next match on the card was the very first ever tag team tables match between the Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys. Both these teams were still relatively new, and the whole concept of using tables, ladders, and chairs hadn't really been utilized that much yet. This is when we started seeing these guys add the different types of weapons to the matches. This being the first ever table match. Again, Hardys, Dudleys, both these teams put on a great show. What else would you ever expect from these two teams? Growing up, I really, really love watching these guys. This match was kind of short as well, only about 10, 11 minutes, I believe, but it was action-packed, lots of good spots. Match ends when Jeff Hardy jumps off the entranceway. It's kind of like an overhang. He jumped off the top, did a swanton right through Devon, through a bunch of tables. No, I'm sorry, was it Devon? I'm not sure. You have to correct me. Comment below if you know. I watched this a few days ago. I don't really remember. One of the Dudleys was victim of a swanton. Great spot. Love this match. I give it 4 stars. I'd like to give it more, but it just wasn't long enough, so it is what it is. 4 stars for me. The next match up, or not match, the next thing was a segment. It was the Miss Rumble swimsuit competition. This included gals such like Terry Runnels, The Cat, Jacqueline, Ivory, Luna, BB. All showed off their stuff, minus Luna, but who cares about that anyways. These girls look real good, each and every one. Terry was probably my favorite. And as the judges were ready to give their decision, Mae Young's music hits. She struts down, says she wants to show her puppies. And unfortunately for us, she does. They censored out most of this on the DVD, but not all of it. You do see a little titty in there, but it's not good. Trust me. If you haven't seen this, you might want to miss out on it. I kind of wish I had. It's not a good sight. Anyhow, this segment was okay. It was somewhat entertaining, but I'll give it an NA. You can't rate this type of thing. Next matchup was the Triple Threat Intercontinental title match. This was dubbed as the match to determine the undisputed Intercontinental title because entering this match, both Chyna and Chris Jericho were co-champions. Really lame, dumb concept in my mind, but oh well, nothing you could do about it. This match was kind of botchy, I thought. Chyna didn't look good in there with these guys. I'm not really a fan of mixing the genders anyways. I realized Chyna's a beast, and she was as strong, if not stronger, than both the guys she was in there with, but I just didn't enjoy the match. Kind of botchy. This thing ended with Jericho hitting Chyna with a bulldog, turned into lion salt for the 3 count. Pretty short, nothing too exciting. I give this match 1.75 stars. Didn't like it. Next matchup was the heavily hyped WWF Tag Team title match between the New Age Outlaws and the Acolytes. Farouk and Bradshaw, for those who don't know. I mark out every time I watch New Age Outlaws. I don't care how old I am. I love that entrance. There's nothing like it. As far as I'm concerned, it'll never be duplicated. That's that. Love these guys. Always root for them. No matter whether they're running as heels or faces, doesn't matter to me. I'm always finding myself rooting for these guys. Like I said, this match was heavily hyped. There was lots of talk going into this match. Got a lot of TV time. And we expected a good blow-off match for these teams. But that's not what we got. We got a 2-3 minute match. New Age Outlaws go over here. Had interference from X-Pac. Like I said, 2-3 minutes. Not good. The best I can give it is a 1.5 stars. And that's probably pretty generous. Next up was the match of the night, without question. The WWF title match, championship match, between reigning champ Triple H and hardcore legend Cactus Jack. This was fought under street fight rules. What can I say about this that hasn't already been said on YouTube? This thing is great. It's one of the best matches of all time. Certainly one of the best matches of the year 2000. This had everything. It had good spots with the end with the thumbtacks, pile driver on the announce table, the 2x4 wrapped in barbed wire. These guys left it all on the line. Triple H ended up having a real bad puncture wound on his left calf from when he hit it on the wood pallet on the outside of the ring. These guys gave it their all. This match went about 26 minutes, I believe. Had some nice near falls in the end. This match is really what put Triple H over as a bona fide main event star. I mean, a lot of times you'll see heels need the help of others or cheat or what have you. This match was clean from start to finish. I'm sorry, with the exception of one cheap shot on the from The Rock on Triple H. That was really brief, just one chair shot. Triple H ended up overcoming that anyhow and won. He did not need any help to win this match, which I like. And this match really did go a long way to putting Triple H over. Really got to respect Mick Foley and the Cactus Jack character for doing what it did. Definitely an impressive match from both men. And the ending was something that I'm not sure I could think of a better ending to a match. We have Cactus Jack kicking out of a pedigree, Triple H getting really frustrated and bringing him over to the thumbtack area and pedigreeing him face first on the thumbtacks for the 1-2-3. That was beautiful. I love that finish. One of my favorites ever. And lastly, to the main event was the annual 30-man over-the-top rope battle royal known as the Royal Rumble. From the get-go, you knew this thing was coming down to The Rock and Big Show. It was kind of predictable. I'm sorry, I totally forgot to rank the last match. The street fight, I give a very strong 4.5 stars. I'm not sure it needed to be as long as it was, but there's not much else I can say to knock this thing. Great match. I love watching it. 4.5 stars. Very, very strong 4.5. Getting back to the Royal Rumble, we knew this thing was going to be about Rock and Big Show from the beginning. Rock had a great promo backstage midway through the show, pretty much talking about how he prayed to God that it ended up between him and Big Show at the end, which it did. The Rock ends up getting the victory here over the Big Show. There was a lot of chaos in the following weeks regarding whether or not their feet touched at the same time, led to a match at No Way Out, but I'll get into that with my next video. Overall, as a Royal Rumble, I didn't really like this thing. It just seemed kind of like filled with jobbers. I mean, the only legit guys in this thing were The Rock, Big Show, and maybe Kane, who came in late in the match. X-Pac was number 30. I don't know what's up with that. And they made everybody aware of that before, that he had won some kind of tournament, so he was going to get number 30. But I don't think anybody thought he was going to actually win. Another thing I didn't like about this is it had a lot of guys who we saw earlier in the night. Jericho, Holly, both the Acolytes, both the New Age Outlaws came out for this. It just made it seem like the roster was really thin and they couldn't even field a 30-man Royal Rumble without reusing the same people. Chyna came out for a second time. I wasn't a fan of that. Again, just not enough star power. Too many recycled superstars. Somewhat of a predictable outcome. Wasn't not my favorite Rumble. I'll still give it 3 stars just because, you know, Royal Rumble is one of the best matches of the year in terms of excitement. Every time that countdown goes down from 10, everybody's excited to see who's next. I think the only surprise in this one was maybe British Bulldog and Bob Backlund, but overall I give it a 3. As a whole, the show was really fun. It had a decent, quick opener, had a great tables match, an outstanding legendary WWF title match, and a serviceable Royal Rumble main event. So 8.25 stars. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for my next one. Should be No Way Out 2000. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Comment if you agree or disagree. And thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time.